Hi students. Today we'll be talking about innovation and the business needs. Why do business innovate? Innovation is not about just having a good idea. It is a strategic response to change in the environment. In business, we don't just describe ideas, we explain why they exist. Businesses all innovate to solve problems, take advantage of opportunities, and to improve business criteria. A business problem is not just a mistake, it is a factor that creates a barrier to success. It results in lower performance, prevents the business from achieving its objectives, and reduces the efficiency. A problem that is well identified is a problem half solved. Let's have a look at the problems in a business. This can be internal or external problems. Internal problems refers to high costs or inefficient processes. It could also be poor management, which can refer to internal culture or bad leadership. Now let's have a look at external problems. This could be due to increased competition or changing customer preferences as well as economic shifts. Now, as you can tell, the internal problems are what the business can fix, and the external problems are the external factors that are affecting the business. The business can adapt to these external problems. Let's have a look at a case study, the clothing store. The clothing store sees a 15% reduction in sales. Now, what is the reason for this? The internal cause could be poor staff training or outdated marketing. External cause could be that a new international online retailer has launched in the area. Analysis does not just stop at the percentage in sales, it finds the why. So therefore you need to go one step further and try to identify the reason behind the numbers. Now let's have a look at what is an opportunity. An opportunity is a favorable condition, such as a market gap or environmental shift to exploit for success. This looks at growth, such as expanding to new regions or sectors, competitiveness by gaining an edge over rivals, as well as revenue by finding new ways to generate cash flow. These are some sources of opportunities. First is technological change, when new apps such as AI or advanced manufacturing methods help to improve the efficiency and effectiveness in the business criteria. Next is changing customer preferences. Emerging customer trends towards sustainability or veganism might be able to get the business to tweak its products to be able to cater to this new emerging trend. Last but not least is the market gaps. Looking and identifying unserved customer groups that needs a specific product that is not currently in the market. Let's have a look at the case study of Uber. Uber did not just invent a car service, they responded to an opportunity. Now, what was the opportunity? The opportunity here was that customers wanted more convenient, transparent transport. It provided the innovation through an app-based GPS booking and cashless payments, and its impact was that it allowed massive market growth for Uber and it caused a total disruption of the taxi industry. This is the required process that you need to explain. We have identified through this the opportunity, the innovation that the business made, and the impact to the business. Innovation helps to drive business performance using three of the business criteria. First is efficiency, where there's faster output with less waste. There is effectiveness, where you are able to achieve your business goals, as well as competitiveness by providing more value compared to your competitors. You need to establish a chain of reasoning, not just in exam but in your assessment as well. You need to identify the problem, find the innovation that suits the problem, and talk about the impact for the business in the long term. With deep analysis tasks or assessment, you need to build your chain of reasoning. So firstly, you need to explain how your innovation response fixes the problems or takes advantage of the opportunity. Then you need to describe how this improves the business criteria, which is efficiency, effectiveness, or competitiveness of the business. So when you are writing your responses in your assessment or exam, please use this structure to make sure that your analysis is deep and logical. First, identify. State the problem or the opportunity that is in the market. Next, you got to explain. You have to write down the innovation and how it works. And then you have to analyze by linking the innovation back to the performance metrics or the data. Then from there, you have to make your judgment to conclude on why this change is necessary, as well as to identify the impact on the business in the long term. Innovation is a continuous cycle. Once a problem is solved, new opportunities arise. Businesses that stay humble enough to find their own flaws and adapt to the market changes succeed in the long run. So, as a final reflection, I'd like you to think about this. Great business minds look for the root cause, not just the symptom. So if you have identified a problem, try to rethink it. Is the problem actually just a symptom of a larger external change?